Phosphor fans, welcome back to the Commodore 64 home computer. And today we're going to play, actually this one has been requested several times by Joseph. He's wanted to see Mario Brothers on the Commodore 64, which is interesting because there's more than one Mario Brothers for the Commodore 64. So over time I will probably wind up playing this game on this platform more than once. This, however, is the Atarisoft version that was first released in 1984. Atarisoft being the label that Atari created to release games on other platforms than its own Atari consoles and computers. As you can see, you can press F3 to select the number of players. I'm going to play a one-player game, obviously, because it's just me. You can select a level. Me, I just want to start. So, not a bad representation of the arcade game. Unless you were expecting to play this on the NES, this is probably as good as it was going to get trying to port this game at home. I'm also doing a very lousy job of playing it. The keyboard controls are a little clunky. Yikes! But I got there in the end. Try to save my PAL for later in the game. When it may be a lifesaver. Yikes. Actually kind of impressive that that's the first time I've died. There are some issues with how fast things happen in Mario Brothers that in this case mean that with this particular home version I'm doing better than I usually do. I don't count Mario Brothers as one of the games that I play really well. Alright, bonus screen. Nice. So we're getting really most of the little nuances of the arcade game in there. Can I get all the coins? That really is a rarity for me. Wow. Now it's interesting that one of the nuances of the arcade game that is missing is the... I knew that was going to happen. The little intro screen that tells you, you're going to have to bump this enemy this many times to get the same effect, basically. So long. Let's just make them mad. Wait for them to come back. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Use the PAL button as a doomsday weapon when all else has failed. Hello, purple crab. Don't you look a lovely shade of angry. Oh, he's coming to get me. Another version of Mario Brothers was released, and judging by the publisher, I'm going to say it was for the European and UK market. It was released by Ocean Publishing, which ported more than one Atari title for the market in the UK. I believe they may have also been behind a really rather good port of Atari's Star Wars arcade game. just take all of you out at once. But more are coming. Those turtles are going to be back on their feet by the time I get there. Unless I do this. Yikes. Yikes. Am I dead? I'm not dead yet. Okay, that in itself is somewhat impressive. Oh, darn it, that crab is... Oh, no, 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 no. This is all going terribly wrong. Now he's really mad. But I can at least get rid of that one. And you. I can get rid of you. I'm not very good at Mario Brothers. Good call, Joseph. You've picked a game that I suck at. Okay. Why did I jump down? Well, that went well. So, really, a decent game of Mario Brothers on the Commodore 64. I mean, this really, that's as much as we were asking from hardware back in the day. Now, the same year that the Commodore, not the same, well, the year after the Commodore 64 landed in 1982 in stores over in Japan, Nintendo introduced the Famicom, the family computer, which was the forerunner to the Nintendo Entertainment System. Same hardware, basically, with some minor revisions released to the Western world. And that was where you got an arcade-perfect game of Mario Brothers, where it looked like it, unequivocally sounded like it, played like it. This coming just 1 year before that, really not bad at all. Very good job there, Atarisoft. Not bad at all. So there you have it, Mario Brothers by request on the Commodore 64. At some point I will circle around and play the Ocean Software version, at least 3 years later in 1987, to see what kind of Mario Brothers game they were getting across the Atlantic. Phosphor fans, one last bit of arcade-related business that you might find amusing. I recently became aware of these. I recently found these. The Midway Classic Arcade Keychain Collection. They're blind bagged. There are a bunch of them. Gorf, Spy Hunter, others, Defender, interestingly. So, which is kind of interesting because that is also this year's Hallmark Christmas Ornament arcade game. So let's break into one, see what it's like, see if it's something you even want to bother with. Oh, it's just so cute. Oh wow, I got the Chase. Yeah, this is one of the Chase ones, and it's a little arcade game. It's all gold. This one has no markings. It does have a little joystick, control panel, all that sort of thing. It's so cute. This is, actually, I was just recently given another keychain, which happens to be a Dalek from Doctor Who. And this looks like an arcade game that this Dalek could play. Why not? Why not? So, there you have it. Well, that's a surprise. I wasn't expecting to get the chase item first thing off the bat. Well, that's that one for the collection. So we'll open another one of these soon, and maybe we'll find one that actually has some markings on it. And because this one has a couple of very minor imperfections up here in the marquee area, and surely that's not. This isn't scratch and sniff, is it? No, it's not. I was wondering if it was like one of those game pieces where you have to use a nickel and rub it off the card. So there you go, the Midway Arcade Classics keychains. The gold one, I've got the golden ticket. So I'm off to see Willy Wonka now, right?